multiple genders there. I don't understand the exclusivity of men's groups, women's groups, and any other group that you'd like to put yourself in a business community. If you are letting yourself be a doormat because you think it's serving somebody else, then that's not okay.
Let's get down to the serious conversations and take the masks off for a sec. You've been invited at least 3 times to exclusive women's networking groups in Toowoomba. So how do you feel about that?
Looking entitled and having to carve a place out for your own sex because you can't add enough value to the room because there are multiple genders there.
Yeah.
I don't understand the exclusivity of men's groups, women's groups, and any other group that you'd like to put yourself in a business community, at least. I think if you've got something to add to the room, then you've earned your place in it.
And as circle jerky as networking groups are, that's the term I'm going to use, circle jerky, because that's what it is a lot of the time. Don't get me wrong, there are great networking groups that aren't circle jerky.
I love networking.
Oh, yeah. I love networking, sitting down for a cup of tea with a handful of people who you're interested in having conversations with. That's the best form of networking. But the ones where you're all standing around in a circle, you say, oh, look at us, we're women, or oh, look at us, we're men. It's
or even the luncheons and stuff,
Well, it's another thing. It's a different category. Oh, look at us, we're all business people.
Yeah.
Let's get down to the serious conversations and take the masks off for a sec.
Yeah.
And you mentioned before about, oh, well, it's just as bad with men's networking groups. The things I would enjoy about a men's networking group or like a cigar lounge or a gentleman's club is the culture that would come with it. If I attended one of these groups and I found a young woman in there who happens to carry these features, I'd be interested in talking with that woman as much as I would be with any man.
I just find those groups limiting.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being corralled at a farm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here are the cows. Here are the goats. Here are the horses.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you talk over the fence.
No.
You know, like I just think, oh, really? It feels immature, to be honest.
Yeah.
And if you're a person that likes going to one of those groups and you find it empowering, then that's wonderful. But when I go, it makes me feel small.
Yep.
And I'm not a small personality.
And it's always been so tip of the iceberg type shit. Oh, how was your week?
It's surface level.
Yeah, it's surface level.
Which a lot of networking meetings can be, but that then...
Where's the value in that though?
Well, it's all about how you frame the conversation. So you can choose to be a shallow part of that conversation. But I find in those groups when you try to get into any kind of deep and meaningful discussion about anything of value, there's no place for it.
So here's what happened when Nicole and I attend a new networking group. It lasts at max 3 months before something happens. In the sense that we attend this networking group and it's all exciting and wonderful in the beginning. And we start having conversations with people. Granted, we're fantastic at what we do in our industry, which happens to piss a lot of people off. That's one thing. And then the second thing is, we dive deep into the conversation. We're not like, I don't mind a tiny bit of small talk, but that's not what I'm here for. Let's talk about things that actually matter. Now, when we do that to enough people enough times, it's almost repulsive to a lot of people.
People can't handle the intensity.
No, it's intense to them. That's right.
Yeah.
So after those 3 months or the 1 month of what we attend, we leave what we call a trail of destruction behind us.
It's an us problem.
Yeah.
And it's one I love.
It's a skill issue. Get good.
It's true though.
People need to learn how to have intense conversations.
Yeah, but why else are you going to those groups? I'm not looking to make a friend.
No.
If I want to make friends, I'll go out on the weekend or anywhere and do that with the intention of making friends. But to be honest, my friends all are having deep and meaningful conversations.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a, oh, how was your week? Or have a whinge to me about what your boyfriend's been up to.
Yeah.
You know, all of that kind of stuff.
Or the cold shoulder feeling of, oh, let's all hide behind our wine glasses. And
Yeah. It's just not something I vibe with, really. And if that's something that you do enjoy is relaxing and unwinding in then that environment, power to you.
How's it relaxing?
Some people do because
can't
they actually don't have a lot of connections with other people. So that might be the only time in their week when they're getting out. They might sit behind a desk all week. See, we don't do that.
But it's always the same sentences, the same jokes repeated
Yeah, but
over and over
that's
again.
familiarity. It's not doing anything. It just strokes egos.
Well, it's not stroking egos. As I said before, it's a circle jerk type of thing.
Well, yes.
Yep. That's our opinion on networking groups. Most networking groups.
Yeah.
Not all of them. There are some exceptions out there. I've met some great people in networking groups.
I think I'll cop a lot of hate for the women's, not enjoying women's groups.
Yeah.
I think that it's just expected that you're a woman and you will enjoy women's groups. I don't enjoy women's groups. I never have. Even growing up, I would play soccer at lunch with probably mostly the boys. I think there was one or two other girls that used to join in. Or even in high school, like a lot of my friends I had male and female friends, but it was always, we were always doing something. It was never like just sitting around, gas bagging about people or gossiping or,
Yeah. And the concept of a men's group, it sounds great on paper, but I know so many women in business who are absolute fucking killers.
Yeah. And I think most networking groups are way too overplanned and contrived.
Yeah, yeah.
They're planned down to the second. Oh, we're going to open with a coffee here, then we're going to have a little introductory session, stand up and say what you do. That kind of thing. You think, oh, really? Like, can't we just talk?
Yeah.
Like, let's just gather in a place. Doesn't even have to be a room, like somewhere.
Yeah.
Where you can actually relax and
I think the concept of a top of the funnel networking group where it's free, we all sit down for coffee and talk shit. I haven't seen anything like that in a very long time. And that happens to be where you're actually receiving most of the value. Another thing we wanted to cover is people who have that loss of direction. They feel that it's the whole self-improvement isn't for them, or that they don't feel the sense that they need to care for themselves.
Okay.
You see so many of people like that in your life. We can name examples who, when you tell them, oh, cool, so all you need to do is this, they say, oh.
Yeah.
And they want someone to whinge to.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is it's okay to give a shit about yourself.
Yeah.
Because so many people think that if they're suffering for other people or for their family, that they're some sort of martyr.
The more you suffer,
the more it shows you really care. Right? Yeah. But it's crap.
You're going to have to pull up a clip of The Offspring now.
They are. But it's crap.
It is, yeah.
Right? So
the whole concept of self-sacrifice in order to show you care for someone.
Yes, is definitely an Offspring song.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, self-sacrifice is huge, right? I get that and I understand that. But using it as a crutch because you don't want to change, that annoys me.
Although I find it impressive when I meet someone who has a degree of self-respect. It's good for me.
Yeah. But if you are letting yourself be a doormat because you think it's serving somebody else or it's just who you are, then that's not okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel more respect from someone who respects themselves first.
Yeah. I just come across quite a few people, particularly in my age bracket, that are stuck in a place in their life that they're loathing. They don't like their job. They're unhappy in their family life. They say they don't have time for themselves. They don't have any hobbies. And they've actually lost their sense of self-identity in pouring out of an empty cup.
Yeah, I mean, you and I have talked about the topic of marriage before, and you've seen so many people who they've based all of their motivations, their hobbies, their lifestyle around their kids,
Yeah.
and they lost everything else.
Yeah. And you see it particularly like in, after people have had their kids and then their kids leave home, there is so much marriage breakdown.
Then it's like, what now?
Yeah, because they've become separate like husband and wife have become separate identities, pouring themselves into their families and then have nothing in common. There's no connection anymore. And that's when they give up and think they can find that connection elsewhere, that the grass is greener somewhere else, or that they'll be more happy.
Yeah.
If they're separated. No. So maintaining that connection all of the way through your life is vitally important. And it doesn't look the same. It changes over time. So, there are different types of love. I don't know if you've heard about all of the different types of love, agape love, eros love, all of those kinds of things. There's different phases that you go through in a marriage, and they don't all look the same. You can still love somebody and not be having sex 4 times a week.
Really?
Yes, it's possible. Who knew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. And now I've completely lost my train of thought and I'm thinking about sex.
I couldn't help myself. What?
Well, let's just stop right now because we're going to go down that rabbit warren.
Oh, man.
What were we even talking about?
We were talking about self-respect.
Oh, so... Oh, no. Yeah, so I guess what I want people to know is that it is okay to make sure that you are filling your cup.
Yeah.
That you have your own interests, hobbies, opinions, hopes, aspirations.
And I guess a link we can use back to the marriage thing.
Are you thinking with your dick now?
Yeah. My other head. No, give me a sec. Let me try that again. Oh, I was cooking. I was gonna say something so cool.
Yeah, I was. So don't you think it's attractive when your
priorities?
No. Don't you think it's attractive when your partner is self-confident?
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
If you are self-confident, your partner's going to be more attracted to you. So if you're a person who's pouring time and energy into caring and loving for yourself, you become more attractive to your partner.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And to not lose the hierarchical sense of priorities. I see in so many relationships, I've experienced it, where you put the other person before yourself and then your identity is attached to that other person.
Yeah. I can see how that can go both ways.
Of course.
Yeah. Because in a marriage, you are to put your partner before yourself because that's the way it's meant to work. You serve each other, right? Yeah. But you can't serve that person
if there's nothing to give.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
All I'm trying to say is if I met a chick who's running her own business and is completely obsessed with her business, she wants to watch the world burn, take me with you. I'm just saying.
And this is his ad for Tinder. Swipe right. Is it swipe right or left? I've never even been on a dating app. I wouldn't know.
Down.
Just circle.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate.
Yeah.
Jack
Nicole.
Is it okay to make money?
No. No, of course it is. There is this culture. It's very Australian from what I've heard. I wouldn't know because, most of the people I talk to are in America or other countries. So I'm not too culturally educated. Although I've heard it's a very Australian sort of thing to see someone else doing very well and to get what we call tall poppy syndrome or crabs in a bucket. So, fuck him. I'm living on the dole. How come he has the opportunity to make more money? He's done all these things, sure, but why does he deserve that? I think that's one of the worst mindsets you can have because it's self-destructive and it doesn't help anyone. Yes, it's good to make money because if you're making money the right way through putting more money in the client's pocket than what they're paying you, all is good. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
What I love about our business model in particular is, one person who I work with, I'm not going to mention who, I had a debate with them about marketing. They said, if you can figure out how to build a team, scale a business while getting results for clients without fucking people over, it's impossible. There's no chance that you can run a marketing agency or a content agency. I know you're pissed off with the term marketing agency, I know. But if you can run one of these companies without fucking people over, you've won. Although here's the bad news, it doesn't happen. It'll never work. Fuck you. It worked.
It does work.
We did it.
It does work.
I believe. And I see it in all the businesses we run socials for, our clients. When we make the clients money, they pay us money. We're not only making us money and the team money, we're making our clients money, we're making our clients' teams money. Our client's team is then spending their money in the local economy.
Yeah. And I think it all comes down to how you perceive money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very much about using money as a tool. If you allow money to lead what you're going to do, then you're going to fail. If it becomes the master that you're serving, then it's never going to work out. Yeah. But if you're using it as a tool correctly, you're able to not only improve your own life, but improve the life of others, which is the whole point.
That's right. And to me personally, what I've learned in business is that money is not the highest form of value. It's not the highest thing you can exchange goods or services with. There is time. There is also ego, which not many people talk about. You can exchange a sense of a good feeling to a client. For example, energy. It's an energy exchange. When you can play the mentee to a mentor, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
People are happy to pay for that.
Absolutely.
It's not just about money.
Yeah. So yes, it is okay to make money, but it is not okay to let it rule you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when people can come to the conclusion as well that in order to make money, you need to spend money. And, we hear that term tossed around everywhere, but let me dive a little bit further into it. That doesn't mean to blow 16 grand on ads. It means to spend that money wisely and to build a relationship with someone who can help you along the way. That's what business is all about. It's about the relationship.
It is, yeah.
I was talking with someone about this on a road trip the other day. They say, well, why wouldn't you just go with, the best service provider in your city?
Yeah.
How do you know who the best service provider is?
Yeah.
I would much rather go for a small family business, someone who I have a relationship with, who I could shake hands with. And they looked at me and they said, I completely disagree. It sounds like you're working in the mafia. And I laughed for a sec. I thought about it. It's like, well, yeah, it is, actually.
Yeah, it's a trust.
It's a trust. That's right.
Yeah.
It's building this network, this community, this family around you. Family, it's like a mafia. There you go. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, trust circle is very important.
And I love mafia movies. So put me under that category.
There's going to be a lot more blood and death if that's the case.
Yeah.
But no, we're not going to be having mafia in Toowoomba.
Right, not.
No. Not that you'll see. Oh, dear.
One of my new favourite movies that I just watched recently is Scarface. It's about this young person, an immigrant who moved to America in the early 70s, I think, who was completely underestimated. This person rose and rose and rose in power until he eventually collapsed. But one of the really, really cool lessons that I learned from this movie and this story is that it's okay to play the small guy. It's okay to let people think that you're not a threat.
Mm.
And I struggle with that.
Well, yeah, because you're big.
Yeah.
And you're loud. And whenever you're in a room, you walk in with a sense of authority.
Yep. I like being a threat, but I need to figure out how to play the little guy sometimes, which I have been.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Because I am little compared to you. And so when I walk into a room, I'm always underestimated.
Mm.
And, you know, I'm little in stature. I'm over the age of 40. I look like, you know, I'm kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Until I open my mouth.
Yeah.
Until people realize, oh, wait a minute, this person actually has a lot more to say.
And there we go back to that trail of destruction reference.
It is. Before. Absolutely.
That's what it is.
Yeah. But in saying that, we work really well together that way. So whilst Jack is, you know, walking in and being that presence, I am the quieter presence in the background that hears and sees everything.
Mm.
And when I do open my mouth and it packs a punch, people go, oh, shit, okay, maybe we should listen to her as well.
Yeah, or maybe we should run the other way.
Maybe we should run the other way. That's right. This woman has an opinion about everything.
Yep.
You know, so I think it's a superpower, actually, being underestimated in a room. And you actually have more power in your silence initially when you're ascertaining a situation, and then you make sure that you've spoken before you leave.
Yeah.
Always have something to say, because people will remember what it is that you've said. And that coupled with your chosen silence is actually a very powerful thing.
I love what you said about chosen silence as well. I think silence is one of the most effective weapons you can use when it's used correctly. I'm not saying be that one dude who's hiding in a corner saying nothing.
Oh, no.
I'm saying silence used in the right times is so loud.
And in a conversation, when a person likes to talk, and they're particularly at networking meetings, people love to talk about themselves.
Yeah.
So you let them do that.
Yeah.
You know, and you feed, yes, okay, tell me more about that.
Yeah. I mean, I've plenty of examples of places I've attended. I'm just trying to figure out how to word this. I'm being a bit careful. I love using my age. So I'd attend networking groups, or I'd walk into larger rooms full of larger presences who have been around longer than I have, who have more experience. And when I play the frame of the little 19-year-old sole trader,
you can't do that anymore.
I can't do that anymore, but I did it while I could. You know, you little baby.
Yeah.
I think, well, tell me more.
But they do the same for me as a woman. And so, and I use that to my advantage as well. So I very easily pick who are the biggest players in the room.
Do some recon.
And then I'll just go and shake their hands.
Yeah.
And pretend that I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
But I do.
Yeah.
Because I do my background research and then have solid conversations with them using their first name. And in doing that, you establish that, hey, this woman's approached me out of the blue. She knows my first name and she knows about my company.
Yeah.
And it kind of sets people back on their heels. And
Even
they go
further back, we know about the people they're affiliated with.
That's right. Yeah.
Because we've recorded podcasts for so many people in Toowoomba, you know.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
It's a superpower, being underestimated.
And being shocking at the same time. Underestimated in the beginning is good, but having cards to play is very fun.
It is. It's the psychological warfare game.
Don't say that. You know, that phrase is like flips a switch in my brain, The psychological warfare.
I know. Yeah, I think we've done pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've still got to do boxing tonight too.
Yeah.
That's going to be a bitch.